Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Another day, another dollar, and another deep scrub down. This is a really deep, clean scrub down of life after lockup. My loves. Let's get the ball rolling. Okay, let's get the scrub brushes. Let's get the Lysol and the bleach because I'm coming for Shovel and I'm not calling her Shavel anymore. She's another big bird that I need to cut the neck off of. Well, in fact, somebody already beat me to the punch. But anyway, let's get on to Quaylon and Shovel because she's full of it. Okay, Malia, her daughter, her beautiful daughter, she said it with authority that she doesn't want Quaylon as a daddy and doesn't want to go to the wedding. All right. Okay. The point that she doesn't want to call him daddy when she was already calling him daddy, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. And also, she doesn't want him to adopt her. And she wanted Shovel to be around when she had that one-on-one time with Quaylon. And that's another red flag. Okay, now you want mommy around. Probably as protection, Chevelle. Probably. But is your big head filled only with water? Did you topple over? Did that big head topple over? And that's where your neck went, some kind of compressed on the floor? I don't know. But I want to know, why isn't she picking up the cues and stop trying to be the bird of desperation? All right? Now, if I were Shovel, I would want to know more details about why all of a sudden Malia doesn't like Quaylon. Something happened, okay? And it can't be, oh, she just protective of me, blah, blah, blah. No, that's what you want to believe. You don't know that for a fact. And it's crazy that she's forcing this guy on her daughter. She should never force a child to be adopted by someone they don't like. Plus, she has a dad and that won't let her be adopted. And that should have been the end of the discussion. But something is up with that little girl and Quaylon. And it ain't a good feeling. I ain't got a good feeling because none of these birds, that's why I call them birds. And they're really thinking about themselves. They want to act like parent of the year and they're so concerned. They put their kids first like the hell they do. And they got to realize, these birds got to realize, some people don't love you. They love the benefits that come with you. Don't get confused. The benefit could be the child. Now, Malia has strong opinions about this adoption. And Shavel doesn't want to tell Quay that Malia is in with it. Okay, fine. She just tells him that she has a change of heart. All right. So now Quaylon's mad at Chevelle, which is fine. But, you don't need to be moving men in your house around your kids. And we all know, I'm speaking in code, but you can read between the lines. I've been saying it forever. Like another big old bird, Tayler and Chance. All right. Now, they all act all lovey-dovey, and he's told her that Zach helped him pay this debt, and he has to work it off. And she wants him to be open and honest, and blah blah blah. Well, if you want a man to be open and honest, that's great. But shouldn't he be open and honest before you move him in with your children? And she says she keeps giving him chance after chance because she loves him. Oh, that's great. That's great. But first and foremost, you should love your children. Then she texts production to tell him that she kicked him out because she found nearly 200 messages between this mystery number. Of course, he accuses her of making those messages. All right. I mean, but if you thought it was Tayler, then why keep going on for darn near 200 messages? Why doesn't he say the gig is up? I know it's you, Tayler. Anyway, she says she kicked him out, but that's not true, my love. How can you kick him out? He left in that damn truck. That bird, Tayler ain't going to kick Tayler out, a chance out. he left in the truck. When she asked for his phone, he just took off and left her. He put that phone in the toilet. That's when she started digging around and found those messages. She calls production company saying, I kicked him out. No, you didn't, Tayler. You didn't. He left you. Again, let's repeat the quote. Some people don't love you, Tayler. They love the benefits that come with you, Tayler. Don't get it confused, Tayler. Just saying. So, anyway, she retrieves the number. She starts doing her investigation. I mean, when you got to do all this for a man, especially some bum that you done lifted out of the prison, play this detective, Sherlock's home. Really? So she calls the number and she finds it's a man. And if Chance was still hanging around the house and she called the number, she would have still kept Chance. She wouldn't have kicked him out. She had to say she kicked him out because he left. But she would have never kicked Chance out if he was, still up in that house and he didn't leave off in that truck. Now, moving on to another bird, Justine. Now, it's their last day at Rhode Island. They have yet to say they're going to Vegas. So they're all, Justine and her brood and Mike, they come to the home where Mike's kids are. And Mike makes this big announcement with a big old goofy, toofy grin. I guess he can't wait too long. He has to hit it big as a 40-plus-year-old rapper. And he tells his children, adios, adios, viva la Vegas is for me and Justine and her brood. And they're like, what? And can we come? And the answer is hell no. Hell no. Now, they claim that the kids can come once a month, and they're going to come once a month, but that's a lot of money. And we already know that's too much money because he was sweating when he had to spend 3 extra months in Pennsylvania. So how's he going to afford to fly out all those damn kids to Vegas every month? And they go back, Justine and them go back every month too. All right? His children have already lost him to the prison system for 6 years. But yeah, they're still going. And you know what, Mike, it's hard to leave my kids behind, but you did it quite easily. You walking out with a smile with Justine, arm in arm. And it's not hard to leave your kids. Not when you ain't never been a dad really to them anyway. I mean, let's be real. Your mother and your sister and her wife have been, steering that wheel. And I don't blame her for running DNA tests. The mom want to run a DNA test, run it, because she up there raising the kids. And you're saying, well, these kids got mamas. Yeah, only one of those kids got a mama that's not in prison. Mike and his baby mama got arrested. So the one with the most kids, that's the one who got arrested, along with Mike. Because he didn't care about his baby mama. They all got arrested and spent some time. So the majority of those kids fell into the lap of the grandmother and the sister. So if the grandmother wants to do a DNA test, I say yes, yes, yes. If you got to mind those kids, you might as well make sure they're yours. All right. So, and I hate that Mike has said that he's been deprived. No, he didn't say this. Justine said he's been deprived of his music. Well, heck, he's out there putting poison out in the community. People have been deprived of their lives. Their spirit now, thanks to possibly to Mike. And Justine says they hope the family can support their decision. It seems as if they don't have a choice. And then Nova starts crying. That's the little girl. And they have the audacity to wonder why she's crying. And, Maria, that's the Mike's mom, feels as if they're moving too fast. Even Sherry, Justine's mom, thinks that. So, and they want to know, do they make this decision on what is best for the kids or just Mike? Well, if you're going to ask that question, it's just Mike. If it's a doubt in your head, it's Mike. Oh, okay. And of course, they're not going to ask the mothers about this decision. It's all about Justine and Mike. And that's all it is. And you better learn that really quick. Or watch the Tracie Trendy Show, because I'm going to tell you really quick. All right? So give up that hope of them flying once a month and then they every other week and then the kids fly, all that. That's a joke because that's expensive as hell. Okay? Don't believe the okie doke. All right, because they didn't have the money to buy that house. You had to take Sherry, that's Justine's mom, to help them put money down on that house. So how in the world are they going to be flying out a ton of kids back and forth every month? That's pie in the sky joke. Because Mike he ain't gonna make it big. When you do wrong, you ain't gonna make it big. No. Okay. Now, he has the sense to think that this is all beneficial. He's saying, okay, this is beneficial to my children. Because this is his calling. All right. Well, you know what? This is your calling. You could still hold a job and be near your kids. Because technically, if you were in Rhode Island or Pennsylvania, you're closer to New York. That's a rap central place. You could really push your music out in New York. And it's closer than Vegas, and I think New York has more, like, you have more chances of being a rapper in New York than you would in Vegas. Just saying. But I guess your manager's out there and bigger, you can get a cheap house back there, and you can pretend whatever. But he gets a call from his PO to find out that he dropped the ball. And he can't just leave just yet. He has to stay for 30 to 90 days, and he doesn't have the heart to tell Justine. Oh, boo hoo hoo. So he's talking about, well, then we're going to have to pay mortgage on 2 places, because I got to stay put. And I was just telling her, she can't stay away from Mike. I would have said, well, I got to go. You could just hold up with your mom, or you can go. Well, he probably can't leave Pennsylvania, but he could go, shack up in some motel. But we ain't paying for 2 dang places, especially when only one person has to stay behind. Just saying. Now, Melissa and Louie. Okay. Melissa is kind of a bird, but she waits it out. She doesn't move Louie in initially, so I can't call her a bird. But she does have a child, and so does Louie. He has 2 boys. She has a teen daughter. But anyway, Melissa goes to the gym. Not Melissa. Let's go. Louie goes to the gym to see if he can get a job. Okay, but the owner ain't feeling it because, look, I don't trust. He doesn't trust. But, Melissa felt as if that was all a waste of time. But, it's practice for Louie, because he can keep knocking on doors and he can keep getting no's, but eventually he's going to get a yes. If he's consistently knocking on these doors, one's got to open. Anyway, they have a housewarming party, and the interview becomes the subject of conversation. And I'm like, they hound him. They don't say, okay, keep it going, keep trying. No, they hound Louie. I mean, dang, the man is an addict. But could he maintain that sobriety around them? Man, he probably want to spark up a crack pipe all the time they hounded him. And talking about it's a waste of time. So anyway, thank God Donna comes to the rescue. Also, Melissa's brother-in-law came to the rescue too, but Donna came in there too. And, he's a decent guy. I mean, he's actually looking for a job, unlike Mike. Unlike Chance. Chance just can't keep a job. He'll keep a little something and, F that over and keep messing around. But Louie is actually looking for a job, and he has held a job down, and he is determined to get a job. So, and, he said it took him to go to prison to get clean. And then, but his male sister said, look, I'll never trust an addict. Well, you know what? All Louie has to do is trust in himself, okay? Moving on to Blaine and Lindsay. Now, Lindsay tells Miley that she proposed to Blaine. And Miley's like, are you sure that's right? Because that's kind of twisted. You got to propose to him. Maybe he didn't want to get married. And Lindsay, kind of feel like, what? She didn't think she was going to get that smoke from Miley. And Liz feels like, I'm tired of being the girlfriend. And Miley wants to know whether she's settling because she feels her mom could do better. And then, I got Lindsay a little hot under the collar because, she wants what she wants. But, I don't know. The story's kind of, wonky donk because I just thought it's kind of odd that she would propose to Blaine. I think Blaine's a decent guy. And they're okay. They're a good couple. I don't know what goes behind the scenes. I like to listen to the children. And if Molly thinks that, her mom is settling, she could do better. Maybe that may be the case. But let's say congrats to Lindsay. She's on her way to be a graduate and she's going on to the master program. And she's already took her grad pictures and she'll be finishing up in this, at the end of the semester. So good for her because, all these other people want to take the shortcut and do all this fast, easy stuff, easy road. Quaylon wanted to be a rapper. Chance, whatever. He wants something, quick and fast. Let's get into this venture. We can make real money. Whatever, Chance. And then we have, who do we have? Mike. All he can do is tell Justine to quit her job and he ain't got one. And let's just get this money, this rat money. Really? So it seems like Louie and Lindsay are the only ones that are very practical in their decisions when it comes to, financial stability. Now, at the end of the show, we got to talk about the winners and losers. All right. Whew. Now this one, Quaylon and Shavel. Quaylon and Shovelhead. Shavel is the loser. She's the loser because she's refusing to take her big head out from under the sand. And just listen to her daughter. She don't want to hear nothing bad about Quaylon. I mean, really, who in this earth want to hear something bad about someone they supposedly love? But as a parent, you're going to have to say, have to buckle up and listen. So the cons are winning. Chance and Tayler, of course, Chance is winning. Tayler says she kicked him out. No. Chance left first. Chance is winning. Chance is always going to land on his feet because there's always going to be some low self-esteem chick out there that'll scoop him up. So Chance wins a point. So we're 2-0 cons. Justine and Mike. Justine is happy, whatever. It's hard to say who's winning and losing in this thing. Technically, Mike is losing because he's going to regret this decision. But Justine is kind of winning, because she's like, oh, I got this man all to myself. She doesn't care about those other kids, whatever. Because if it were her children, they wouldn't be that way. So I'll give the point to Justine. 2-1 cons. Melissa and Louie. Melissa's trying to break down and chip away at Louie's self-esteem, but Louie ain't having it. And I'm glad for it. Louie, keep going. So we are at the score now is 3-1 cons. Blaine and Linz. Okay. Well, we didn't see Blaine this episode, but we did see Lindsay. And she seems, we did see Blaine. They were talking about the birth control, babies, whatever. That's probably a storyline that they pulled out of their butts. But anyway, I'm going to give the point to Lindsay. You know what? Give it to Lindsay. 4-1. Cons win this week. Last week was a tie. This week, cons are pulling, leveling, getting their groove back on. So there you have it, my loves. This is coming to conclusion of this show. You know what you got to do. You newbies, hit that subscription bell. It's free. Take us to the 15K. Drop a line below. Let's keep the party on, as well as hit that notification bell, my love, so you will never be kept